You won't believe what happened tonight. The woman walks in with a bag of goodies, clearly trying to bait her food hunter. She dumped all the food out and started her own feast, totally ignoring the hungry onlooker beside her. A heavenly aroma filled the room, and Faizhu's stomach protested like it was on a parade. She wanted to eat, but her stubborn pride was like a guard at her temple of appetite. The woman was relishing her food, while Faizhu was left hammering the table in sheer despair, like a rejected drummer. The woman pushed the food towards Faizhu, sending a very clear "Come on, eat up." They'd know. Maybe it had been too long since she had eaten something this delicious. Faizhu stopped caring about her image. With her chopsticks in hand, she was like she was under a spell, devouring bite after bite, her true food carnivore, until she spotted the address and the food box. Then it was like someone hit the pause button on her feast. That's when she remembered her meal tickets, quickly turning into a detective digging through her books for the tickets. To her horror, she found her meal tickets nearly gone, screaming internally, "I'm doomed." Watching the woman act like nothing was wrong made Faizhu grit her teeth in anger. She checked her secret stash and was relieved to find it intact. Angered by this annoying situation, she decided it was payback time. After the woman fell back asleep, she plotted her revenge. She cranked the TV volume to the max, as if to send the woman a big surprise. Obviously, the startled woman wasn't amused, storming over to snatch the remote and turning off the TV. Faizhu wasn't backing down either, fuming as she turned off the woman's cassette player. Both women glared at each other, ready for a showdown yet neither willing to budge. Faizhu called the woman out, asking if she had ever sung in a bar. She bluntly told the woman she wasn't welcome in this house, questioning if she thought Faizhu really needed a woman hovering around her. Although she was skeptical about the woman's presence, she felt powerless against her father's decision. Plus, she had to keep an eye on that trash of a father who did nothing all day except gamble, returning home to vent his frustrations on Faizhu after he would even rummage through her secret savings, completely unconcerned about her well-being. He'd take the money straight to the arcade to blow it all again, making her already tough life even harder. When collecting homework, classmates found Faizhu's hidden meal tickets and mocked her as poor. Unwilling to back down, Faizhu got into a brawl with her classmates on the playground and returned home battered after school. Spotting the woman aiming a syringe at herself, Faizhu panicked, thinking the woman was out to get her. She lunged forward and snatched the syringe, shouting she would call the cops as if she were a superhero. Although the woman weakly tried to explain, Faizhu was deaf to her words at this point. In a fit of rage, she tossed the syringe aside, realizing something was wrong as the woman's condition worsened. Frantically running for help, she rushed the woman to the hospital, finally realizing she had misjudged her. Turns out, the woman wasn't into drugs. She had severe diabetes, often feeling hunger pangs she couldn't resist. She was actually injecting insulin, which often made her look weak and flimsy. Because she had thrown out the woman's medication, Faizhu had no choice but to pull out her secret stash to buy her medicine again. From that point on, the relationship finally began to thaw, gradually leading to more conversations. Faizhu gently encouraged the woman to leave and search for her family, suggesting it might make life better. However, the woman revealed that she had grown up in an orphanage and had never seen her family. It was a tragic tale. Such a painful experience had led her to a road of no return, ending up in this miserable existence. Perhaps sharing a similar past changed Faizhu's perspective, as she no longer harbored prejudice against the poor woman. They exchanged their past stories like friends, with two tragic souls snuggling together through life. As time passed, they grew dependent on each other, and Faizhu started to share her secrets too. This book was Faizhu's most treasured item, the only gift her mother had ever given her. Whenever she missed her mom, she would take it out to look at it as if she could feel her mother's love. On this very day, her father once again lost all his money at the gaming arcade, and in order to repay his debts, he returned home and rummaged through every possible place searching for Faizhu's hidden savings. By chance, he stumbled upon Faizhu's comic book stash, and a photo of her mother inside nearly knocked him off his feet. Not only did he mumble, but he also grabbed the only photo of her mother that belonged to Faizhu. Furious, her father raged at Faizhu, warning her that her mother had died and would never return. But deep down, Faizhu knew her mother wasn't dead. She had simply left this disappointing home. She held on tightly to the belief that her mother was still out there and would never allow her father to steal those memories. However, her father's wrath grew unquenched, and Faizhu's anger boiled, pushing her to fight back with all her might. She wouldn't tolerate being bullied any longer, whether it was through hitting or shouting. At school, the students were all receiving therapy, confronting their psychological shadows.